1. Welcome back, everybody, to another electrifying episode of ResiRunz. We're halfway through the Trilogy tournament, or halfway through round 2, and we have a stacked race for you today. A stacked day, rather. Half-Baked Snake versus Straw Hat. We're going to be doing another race later with Mike Schwicks, and then we have a drawing as well. Super excited for this one. Let's pass it over to Mike. How you feeling today, sir?
I'm doing great, man. I'm super excited to be here. I think ResiRunz is one of the most incredible things that we've been a part of in a long time, and I'm really looking forward to it, man.
Thanks for being here, sir. And special guest today, C. Thanks. Thank you so much for doing commentary. How you feeling today?
I am ready. It's exciting to be here. I appreciate the invitation. All good people, so I'm ready to have some fun.
All right. Thank you so much. Now, I'm going to start with Snake. You mentioned that you have a tough time with this game. Maybe you don't play it as much. How are you feeling in the race today, sir?
Yeah, I've never played it before until yesterday, so we'll see how it goes.
Going in fresh. Thank you so much. And then, Straw, how we feeling, dude? I know you run this game a little bit more.
Yeah, I just don't want to get yawn maimed.
That's it. All right.
Beware of the snake, everybody.
And just a reminder, we don't talk about this enough. There's 35, I think 40 gifted subs on the line in this tournament. Both racers are rocking and rolling, hoping for a chance at that there. All right. Let's go to the new game screen, please. We're going to hover over Jill, and we'll give you the all clear.
I mean, unless Straw wants to play Chris.
Woo!
I'll
Chris versus Jill race. Let's go.
Yeah, dude.
That would be an interesting one. All right, guys, we're going to count you in, and then it's off to the races. C, do you want to do the count?
Sure. Are you ready?
Ready.
I'm ready.
All right, let's get it started in 3, 2, 1, go.
Good luck.
And they're off at the same time. This is good. This is good stuff.
All right, we're going to mute you guys now. Good luck.
Good luck to you both.
Here we go to the main hall.
What is this indeed?
Let's bring in some audio of this glorious cutscene.
Y'all don't know how much I watch this cutscene.
Open that door.
Yeah, I'm looking at Gator as the culprit on that one.
For real, though.
What is it?
If we can get some ones in the chat, can everybody see and hear everything
Now, Jill,
okay?
Can you go? I'm going with you. Chris is our old partner, you know.
Okay, let me handle this.
We got a
Stay
1.
alert.
Cable for the win.
Now, I've run...
Happy birthday again, Cable.
Yeah, seriously.
A dining room.
There's something tough about this run in particular. I find is you have some cutscenes kind of in the beginning to start the game, and it's tough to get warmed up because you're starting to run, then there's a cutscene, and you run a little more, and then there's a cutscene. You know what I mean?
I'll be examining this.
Yeah, that's one of the
Very
biggest
fair.
issues with this game is you're trying to get the train rolling, and just when you start getting the train rolling, the game's like, well, hold up, wait a second here.
I got to tell you about the lockpick.
Hold your horses. Yes.
Barry?
And one other thing too that some people might not know is that compared to RE2 and RE3, this game has almost no RNG in it. The RNG in this game is very slight. I think maybe a couple of dogs and
Is it?
God, I don't even know what else could even be considered RNG in this game.
I think
It's just very small.
rather than fighting with the RNG, you're fighting with the triggers in the game. You miss a crank, you miss a door trigger. The game just feels... It was a smaller team that made this game, so it's a little more rough around the edges. So I think you're kind of fighting against the design of the game a bit. Does that make sense?
Very
Yeah.
fair. Yeah.
So there's a trick coming up here to trigger the cutscene. And really, you don't want to see Jill. You don't want to see that camera change at all to trigger the cutscene here. But it's a very difficult timing to get. But it pretty much just triggers this cutscene here to get the ball rolling versus running around the whole back of the stairs.
I find too that the game is just not forgiving to your mistakes. You bleed time with every little miss of a trigger, bite of a dog. It just seems to bleed time faster than the other games.
Gigantic. We could get into trouble if we get
Yeah.
lost.
And considering how optimized this category is, in my personal opinion, I would say Jill Any Percent NMG No Major Glitches is the most optimized category in all of Resident Evil.
You're checking every nook and cranny of the game for that extra half second.
Listen,
Okay, coming up, both of these guys, they're going to be heading towards the chemical, and
be there.
pretty much what you want to do is you want to fill up your inventory. That way, when you meet Barry on the second floor, he will not give you acid rounds.
That's right.
So they're going to pick up the green herb, too.
And part of that acid
So
skip...
if your inventory's...
Please see.
No, I was just going to ask, so if your inventory is full, then you skip that pickup.
That additional section of that cutscene. And part of getting
Yeah.
that skip is to fill your inventory, like Mike said. And I think that's the first room where this run can
Right.
really go wrong. You have to bank in this room here, grabbing the 2 clips. And it's such a quick menu that it could easily go wrong. A lot of time loss will come from how you bank and how you're picking up items. If you're getting yes/no skips on the screen. And it's very important to get this Mansion 1 locked in.
There's also another dodge coming up. We call him King Henry, and he's okay, if you want to say RNG, he's an RNG-based enemy. But getting around him can be incredibly frustrating, especially if you're going for really good times.
What's going on? Any
Because if
clue?
he doesn't want you to pass, you ain't passing.
That's right. There's a few levels to how you could run that dodge, and it looks like they both got it there.
Maybe it's better to secure
The good thing is, if you do take that hit, you're losing time, but at least you have a fresh heal right afterwards.
Let's try to find it first, shall we?
The enemies in this game just deal so much damage that it's very easy to die in the run just from missing a few dodges.
Okay, we just got confirmation that the save music is still being played in the background. Very, very lightly, but it's there, apparently.
We'll take that out. Thank you for letting me know.
Yep. All good.
Got a first-time chatter in the house. Tudo, welcome in. Welcome to ResiRunz.
Tuto.
Pretty close race here.
For real, though.
Snake was saying he's pretty much brand new to the game, but he's really got a lot of practice in. That's awesome to see. Another mechanic of the run is pause canceling. Can you tell us a little bit about that, Mike?
Yeah, so the way that pause canceling works in this game is that when you're in the middle of doing, I mean, it works with the knife as well. When you're in the middle of slashing and you hit the menu button, when you come out of the menu, the animation will have canceled itself, and you can just go immediately. So Jill will shoot, and as the shot comes out of the gun, if you open the menu and close it, she can automatically start running instead of wasting time to drop the gun and then go.
And we've made it to plant.
This is another example of where you could really lose time. That the trigger or hitbox for that area where you put the chemical to kill the plant, you kind of have to zigzag into the room, do some pre-turning, and get right on the corner of that box. It's easy to miss.
Yeah, I've definitely lost a lot of runs during that cutscene. So in the piano room here, you want to get it to where you activate it like right in the middle of the piano for the notes. And you really don't want Jill moving at all once activated. Let's see how tight they get it. You see how on for Straw, how Jill just kind of like flinched and then started playing, but with Brian, she kind of had to like situate herself a little bit. There's little tiny things like that in this game that is just so freaking, it's just tight, man. It's optimal. It's crazy.
That's right. You'll see a similar thing when you're climbing the little mini ladders outside where you drain the pool.
Correct.
Just extra movements where if you're not optimally positioned to the thing you're interacting with, Jill is going to punish you by having to do some extra animations.
Yeah, this race is very close, very neck and neck.
I mean, so far I can totally see how those triggers and just getting things just right is much more important in this game than in 1R. I feel like they were much more forgiving in 1R.
Yeah, I would agree. Oh, Brian is having a blue ghoul attack, is what I like to call it, Mr. Snake here. So, picking up that blue gem can be a real pain in the ass. You can trigger your text, and anybody who runs Resident Evil knows that triggering any unnecessary text is a slap in the face. So,
Richard,
even if you're a veteran at the game, and you've been running it for a while, we all get that text. So,
Dangerous.
And compared to Resident Evil 3, let's say, where there's loads of RNG, it really comes down to the player's skill here. It's not really luck based. It just comes down to how well you play the game, how well you know the triggers, and especially how well you know the second half of the game. I think a lot of people can get caught up in a reset mentality, and then you're going to be seeing Mansion 1 way more than the rest of the game. You start to get a really good pace, and then you just don't know the second half as well.
I call this game the nitpicker because any little tiny thing will just make you want to reset the game because of how tight it is. So it's just like the Resident Evil of nitpicking.
Yeah.
It literally looks like I'm watching the same screen. They're so neck and neck.
Yeah, I went to go change the audio from one to the other, just to bring in Straw Hat's audio, and I thought I was just seeing double.
For real.
By the way, shout outs to the chat. We appreciate you guys being here, showing up for these two awesome racers. We really appreciate it.
Now, see, there was a great example there. Snake said he has a lack of experience in the game. He runs into this tiger statue room. He's starting to head in maybe a different direction than he thought he had to. He had sort of right instead of left to the statue. And that's really going to possibly pay off for Straw having more reps in the game.
Yeah, because like we said, this game is very nitpicky.
I got a chance to catch up with Straw before the race, and he was saying that he was really nervous going into Yawn. Could you maybe give some clarity around that, Mike, why you'd be nervous about the Yawn fight?
Sure, absolutely. So the reason why the Yawn fight can be very scary is if Yawn bites you, you get poisoned, and you can't cure it by any blue herb. You have to get the serum from Barry at the I don't even know what they call it, the infirmary.
Right.
So that takes time. That's like a reset.
How much time would that put you back if you have to do that?
Oh man, I don't even know. I just know it's a lot.
Richard, hold on.
It's basically a reset. Now, in this case, where there's no resets in the race, Jared's thinking probably 40 seconds-ish. But then, additionally to that, you're completely off course at that point. You're on the other side of the mansion, and you have to head back.
Yeah, it's just a total rip run.
Yeah, 40 seconds you're resetting. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, under normal circumstances, it's not really worth continuing if you take that Yawn bite.
Okay, so here we go. Straw's going in, and so is Brian at the same time. Let's see if they can make it past this piece of shit.
This can easily make or break the race at this point, depending on how this goes.
Ladder check, everyone.
Okay, so far
look
so
at that.
good.
Okay.
Straw got hung up on the turn just a bit there. That could screw up the positioning of Yawn. Oh, but he's out.
Makes it out. Let's see what happens with Snake. Oh!
Wow. Woo. Okay, now we have a race. I can breathe a little.
Holy shit.
Yeah. So this next door that they're coming up to, this green door, has a very terrible trigger on it. If you don't hit the door in the middle of that Like, if you don't hit the action button in the middle of that door, you might be sitting there for like 3 seconds trying to open that door. And I know Jared knows what the hell I'm talking about.
Dang.
Commenting
That
on
door
Yawn,
trigger is
Holy Al
awful.
just said, my ass just clenched. Me too. But I can relax now.
Yep, Holy Owl,
Us.
fellow runner in this competition, who also just ran RE1, so he's definitely familiar with that.
You're right, Jared. It's a middle door trigger, and you can lose time by sort of skipping across the door, trying to hit it from the left side, and then continuing to mash into it until you hit center, rather than going right to it. Another thing that can go wrong in that room is just not pushing the statues up just to that extra pixel, and then you get gassed.
Yep.
It's a room reset.
Nope,
Dang.
Straw accidentally hit the painting twice. That can happen in here for sure.
Right. It's easy to click.
I'm really loving... Go ahead.
It's easy to click back into that picture and then start to lose time, maybe get a little disoriented in the room. Go ahead, Mike.
I was just going to say, I'm really loving what I'm seeing from Brian, from a guy who does not play this game, like, ever. I mean, he just said, what, he started playing yesterday?
Yesterday, yeah.
He's doing a great job, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
It's pretty impressive. You can see the RE3, the speedrun skill set background that's really helping
For
him
real.
in this run right now.
I knew from the beginning of the tournament that Snake really did not want this game, and it was so funny going into round 2 drawings. The wheel couldn't have been any closer to being on the edge.
So let's see if we're gonna go with the quick crank here. So there's this little oh gosh, I don't even know what to call it. It's a strat, I guess.
Yeah, it's an
But
exploit.
it's an exploit where if you God, I don't even know how to explain it. I don't know how to explain it, Star. Sorry.
I gotcha. So
Explain it. Explain it.
the way the steps are positioned in the room before you move them, there's an input that when you input diagonally between the stairs and the little box that's in the corner of the room, Jill's hitbox is just small enough to run through that gap and push the stairs without having to nudge the stairs forward a few times. Whereas Chris, for
I think I've
example,
seen Straw do that.
Chris's hitbox is too wide, so he has to push the steps. But Jill's is just narrow enough to squeeze through, and you can save time. But it's very easy to overshoot the steps and then have to circle back and try again. In addition to that,
Yeah.
Chris is too bulky, Jared. And then in addition to that, because the steps aren't really in proper place, you then have to grab the crank at a very weird angle where Jill has to be on the very edge of the steps. So a lot of people can get the first part right and then lose all of their time because they miss the crank and they have to go down the stairs and try again.
Yes, that trigger window is incredibly tight. Not to mention, going back to doing that strat in general, if you don't let go of the direction button for Jill, she'll go straight past the ladder, and then you'll have to reset the room and trying to do the trick again. So the timing is very tricky on that.
Another piece of optimization that you'll notice in this game are the amount of shots that you fire. If you mess up even one shot, if you accidentally quick shot or you miss a shot, the game glitches you out. I've missed shots where I'm shooting the floor and it doesn't make contact with the enemy. There's not really extra pickups throughout the mansion that you're doing in this optimized run. There's an additional pack of grenade rounds where you get the battery, but it's really going to mess up the inventory flow.
Yes.
Because I think you fire all 6 of the grenade rounds. Yeah, you fire pretty much, I think, 10 shots total in the run.
Yeah, because I know Plant takes 3. Yawn takes... God, I don't even remember how many shots Yawn takes. On
4
Yawn
or
too.
3. 4. And then
Yeah, and I
there's 2
think on
other
the fourth
game-
shot you cancel it.
pushing
No other game does
boxes.
boxes like Resident Evil.
Yeah, if you're not pushing boxes, is it really a Resident Evil game? I mean,
That's right.
It's not. It's really not.
Which puzzle do you think is more exciting? This or the one in Resident Evil 2 B scenarios where you push that metal crate to get up to the power room?
Oh my gosh.
This one.
This is Resident Evil, baby. Making bridges.
Shots.
25. Yeah, that amount of pushes there for that first crate is very specific. Jared just mentioned that in the chat. If you go one extra, Jill won't have enough room to squeeze through, and you have to reset the room.
Yep, and that's a reset run at that point. Because you'd be down by like 25 seconds.
Scraggle in
Easily.
chat says RE0 has the cuck box room too. It's not Resident Evil without it.
Yup. We've all been there. Fucking boxes, man.
If you haven't raged after a reset because you didn't push a box just right, is it really Resident Evil?
Right.
It's really not.
So
Game
getting
we
back
all
to the
love to
race.
hate.
Sorry, see.
And chat, thank you so much for joining us for this jam-packed Sunday with ResiRunz. We have 2 races today and a drawing for round 3. All the racers hoping for that chance at 40 gifted subs.
40? You said 40? Holy shit.
4-0.
This is gonna be close.
These guys are
40.
on their way, making their way to the plant right now. You want a quick shot, the 3 shots, but I mean you don't have to. But it's just a good way to save some time here. Jill has it a lot easier than Chris. Chris has to knife the plant.
I'll tell you, for all the hate that this game gets, maybe from the cutscenes and the acting, I think it really takes a lot of skill and repetition to get a good run in this game. Because like I said before, you're really working against just the triggers, the doors. You're kind of fighting against the game.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Straw got all 3 quick shots, and I think Brian just shot normally.
Yeah, Snake
So
narrowly
Straw's gonna
avoiding getting hit by some of that ceiling there, that plaster that falls down. But big bad Barry Burton here to save the day.
That's crazy how close these guys still are too. I mean, we're talking just a few seconds.
Yep.
We got a race.
Yeah.
Go, Barry, go.
One of the best songs in the game.
Exactly, Paz. We mentioned earlier that Snake's only been on this game since yesterday, and it's very close.
Yeah. Who knows? Maybe him running this game will make him want to try to push his time.
Are we going to get Snake grinding RE1 after this?
That's
Maybe.
why I'm laughing. I'm like, can you imagine?
He
Hey,
just
it's what
sheds a
happened with
tear
me
and
in
he says, I
RE3.
love this game.
What a monster. I can't believe it. What the hell is this place anyway?
Now, I feel that from this point into Mansion 2, I think Mansion 2 is usually a more fair part of the game. But once we get to the tunnel, that's where we're really going to see where that experience comes in. We have janky crank triggers. We've got a poisonous giant spider.
Wesker.
And if one of
Black
them
Tiger.
gets poisoned,
Black Tiger, man.
So you're safe.
Gold Saucer Gaming, welcome into the chat.
I was going to say, where on earth have you been? You disappeared from
Gold Saucer Gaming.
I'm
Shout outs to
sorry,
FF7.
but I have my reasons. Perhaps you guys have met them?
Cheers to everyone in the chats.
Protect myself against
Thank you for
this
being here.
strange creature.
This guy Wesker, man, there's something off about him. But
Anyway,
maybe it's just me.
Good to see you're safe.
Jill,
Probably those heart-shaped glasses, dude.
get out of here.
Yes.
Hey, yo.
Right.
Looking like Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, you'll be able to see the heart shape much more
Now, there
clear
are
towards the
rules
end of
in
the
that
game.
mansion that we
Then
can't
you can't
unless
unsee
you're
them
locked
ever
up.
again.
He just loves his job.
Shoot.
Clues.
I want a pair of those glasses now.
I'll
Shoot.
check out a house and see if I can find
Any
clues.
clue.
Will you do that? I'm counting on you.
But now Mansion 2 is filled with hunters.
Yes.
Mm.
These green lizard men.
Green lizard men. Okay.
Sometimes a little easier to get around zombies, but can deal a lot more damage.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Who's ready for
and
the
not
hunters?
Not to mention, if you get slashed by a hunter, it's like 1.4 off your time. It's
Oof.
kind of. It looks quick and simple, but it's brutal,
It adds
especially
up,
when you're trying to
yeah.
go for that optimal time.
Right.
Mhm.
And there's a couple of tight dodges coming up with those guys. Like I said, it's commonplace for runners to not have as much experience in these sections of the game because they're constantly fighting against M1.
All right. Straws inside. Here we go.
Now they're heading to this helmet key door. You can sort of upright this dodge, or you can sort of pre-turn. Looks like Straw did a little stutter step as well.
It's so
Get the
close.
hooks.
What a
I
cheese.
know.
What the fuck?
Now, I know Straw's running controller. I would assume Snake's running keyboard, but not 100% on that.
He's most
I would think so.
definitely
Yeah.
using keyboard.
Mhm.
Oh, Star has a little bit of trouble there. I mean, Straw, sorry. Your guys'
Happens all the time. Happens all the time. We even
Had a
do
little
it.
trouble in the
Star's
menu
doing
there.
Great.
I'm like,
Yeah,
Star,
Star,
shut
you're
up for a
just- you're killing
second.
What's up, Dizo? Yep, it sure is.
You're right about that.
I wonder why Jill just sits there and looks at those piano keys for so long.
Ready
It's
to play the
kind of
Moonlight Sonata
distracting.
again.
Yeah, she's like, really? Again? Another piano?
You're right about that, Jared. This run is hyping, and Straw's trailing just a little bit ahead, but they've still kind of been, you know, within a room. Little things like Snake had a misinput on the acid rounds, did an inspection instead of a combined, and those actually switch places in RE2 and 3.
Oh, do you? Well, then I'll try to go down using the rope.
Wait.
Yeah, man, we got a Snake, a Star, and a Straw. And,
Woo.
yeah. That's a lot. Man, I wish somebody had another rope.
What's going on?
Now I've done it. Sorry, Jill. Wait.
Crap.
I'll go and get another rope.
Barry?
So, see, I have a question for you. So, since
What's up?
you have ran RE1 Remake yourself,
Mm-hmm.
what do you think about playing that game and then watching this game? What are your thoughts?
I think what stands out is the point that I mentioned earlier. This feels like it's definitely less forgiving in a lot of aspects. I mean, it's a shorter run, so there's that, but I can see. And for background, anybody listening in, I haven't ever played any of the OG games. So I've watched, I mean, everybody, right, playing the games, but I haven't actually run them myself. So it's interesting to see kind of where all these pieces fit into the remake. But 1R is my favorite game, so I feel like I'm suddenly feeling like I need to play the OG.
Good.
It's calling me. It's calling me.
We're about to get C Thinks on the speedrun leaderboards.
Whoa,
Yep.
whoa.
Let's go.
Am Star.
I mean, for this game,
she already is
see?
in RE1 Remake.
I mean, for this game.
All right, so this is a tricky
Great
dodge
stuff.
right here. If you don't, yep. See. So, surprisingly, Straw actually got bit there. But if you don't do the right movements to go around that zombie, he'll snatch you every time.
I think that hunter there is usually not much trouble, but this next one, you can actually do it. It's funny to say this, but you can actually do the dodge too well, and then he's able to kind of follow you down the hall. You kind of have
I
to
still
dig
can't-
into the wall a bit.
I still can't believe how close this run is, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, I literally thought I was seeing double earlier when I was adjusting the sounds.
That hunter dodge right there can be a little tricky too. If you don't take the left line there, he'll slash the shit out of you.
Slash that shit out of me.
Slash.
Slash it.
These were those steps ladder I was talking about, where if Jill's not positioned just right, she has to waste a little bit of time stuttering into place.
Yeah, she does like a little wiggle and then climbs up, and I've seen people literally lose runs to that shit. That's how
Yeah.
optimized the game is.
The game is just not forgiving for those little details once you get to a certain point in your run. Now this is where the dogs can really do. There's a couple different patterns. See that?
Ooh. Oh, twice. He got bit twice. Oh, 3 times.
Yikes.
I
Playing
was about to
goalie
say, are we
there.
about to have another Tom Pano situation there with the 6 dog bites from RE3? Very unlucky for Brian there.
That room can be anything from free to destroyed.
I don't know. I hear the dogs are free around here.
So Brian opted to not open up the book right now, so he'll have to do that later. So even though he's ahead, they're still pretty much tied because he will have to open that book sometime soon.
Dogs are definitely free.
Especially in RE2 OG.
Exactly.
Up here we go, guys. We are in the giant booger, as I like to call it.
Absolutely. But we get to see my
Dogs are free,
favorite
60
character.
Is that Jill?
Wait, who's the favorite character?
Enrico! Yeah?
You're alive.
Wait there.
The man, the myth, the mustache.
I'm gonna need
Enrico.
a fact check on that one.
I'm alone.
About that being your favorite character.
Go back to the VODs, Mike. Go back to the VODs.
They're going to be finished soon. Someone.
Somebody in the chat can vouch for me.
Everything was plotted from the
Enrico.
start by Umbrella.
Yeah?
Oh,
Yeah.
They did him dirty.
Yeah, I would have rather
wonder.
have played as Enrico than freaking
Rico.
Chris. Then again, I'm a Chris snob. I don't like Chris. So
The racers are getting close to Black Tiger. Now, I know how Straw does this room. He's going to run up to the door and shoot the webs. But I wonder how Snake's going to approach this, because there's a couple of different ways to go about it. We can fire 2 shots across the room, very risky, and you're going to get hit by Black Tiger. We can run up to the door, or we can sort of do a slower, safe strat where we kind of dodge his poison and let him kind of destroy the web for us.
yeah, I'm glad you're explaining it, Star, because I'm like, I've only ran this game a few times, and in the times that I did, I just ran up, shot the web, and got out. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the other possibilities are.
This is the first game I ever speed ran and no damage ran. So I definitely kind of went from complete beginner to some, pretty experienced, and I kind of started with the easiest strats possible, and then got more advanced with it over time. So I've definitely seen pretty much every way this room can go down.
very fair.
So there goes Straw running up to the door.
Quick shotted.
Same approach, but a little more distance from the door from Snake.
Yeah, noticed that.
Both did great execution. Maybe there's a little more risk for getting that poison on you, but both did a great job there. No blue herbs for them.
No, maybe Brian did do the book, and I just didn't see it. For the Eagle medal.
Chat, who here has cranked this one too many times, huh?
Oh, definitely me.
Haven't we all?
I definitely have. On accident.
Too many turns, missed the trigger.
Then you
go
do
in
this.
the wrong door. Fucking.
This room
Sheesh.
has the shittiest trigger in the entire franchise. That crank trigger on the wall there to the left is so picky.
You say I cranked it one too many times.
Yep. See, look.
My mom's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
That is honestly the worst trigger in the entire franchise, in my personal opinion.
It is. You have to be
That's
just at a
so
45-degree angle. If you happen to miss the crank trigger, then that wall is sticking out and it's blocking the view.
Exactly, Cable. I'm playing video games, Mom.
Leave me alone.
This is another room that can go wrong, where we're putting in these medals here. We have to inspect the book. That has to go right. We have to make sure we're not missing these finicky triggers.
Yeah. Brian goes ahead and opts in to pick up an herb.
Yeah. That could possibly mean that he's intending to do the Ron and Jeremy dodge.
Just use the herb.
Right.
All right, so Straw is making his way into the lab right now. He's inside with Brian, very close. The run is still very close. It's still anybody's game.
Ah, labs. Labs, labs, labs.
Bedizo says, when is Gator gonna race? We're wondering the same thing.
Yeah, dude.
Gator.
He's
Gator.
He's too shy, dude.
It would be over.
Imagine Gator being shy.
Now check this out. Straw has to input John, Ada, Mo. You have to hold action to skip this little starting screen. Looks like they both were able to pull that off. Free time save there.
Yeah. The first time I found that out, I was like, are you serious? I didn't even know that. I thought it was John Ada's cell.
Very, very easy to miss input here. But at least there's no RNG for what the solution's gonna be, huh?
For real. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
at least
for
it's
real.
the same every freaking time.
Seriously.
Safsprin.
Adravil, Aquacure, like
It's always
Who
gonna be
made
John
that
Ada
shit?
Mo.
You've got cell in 1R. John Ada cell.
All right, Straw heading
Cell's the
upstairs,
R1 area.
getting the lab key here.
Yep. Straw is starting to pull away here a bit.
Very easy for the engine room to go wrong with the Chimeras swiping down. They do a lot of damage. They waste a lot of time.
True. Oh, and Straw gets by those two zombies there.
Yeah. Probably the second hardest dodge in the run.
Let's see what happens with Brian here. Taking the wider line.
Oh!
Oh, but he gets snatched.
Ooh.
At least he
At
only
least
gets...
he's only taken one.
Exactly, and he's got that herb just in case. Or he used it. Sorry.
You use
Yeah,
your
he
red of the
used it.
book. Yeah.
Right. I had a feeling
But at
that's
least
what
in
he was
this
preparing
game-
for.
At least in this game, though, whether you're in danger or fine, you still run the same. So you're not losing time for
Also
that.
fair. Yeah.
I don't know if anybody can still hear us. Room is so loud.
What?
Right.
Huh?
Huh?
Did you say something? Imagine.
Jill,
The dev said,
Okay,
I got a
so-
funny one. We're going to make a room super loud.
Yeah, right. Just like that clown basement music in Director's Cut.
Barry.
Jill.
Now, gang, if you have to go, make some lunch or something, we got about 15 minutes here.
Barry, don't screw up again.
Yeah, this cutscene is just ridiculously long. Like the Ben cutscene in RE2.
It's the greatest pee break in a run, though. I'll tell you that.
Yeah, because if you made it this far into the run, you must be doing something right.
Just as I thought.
I think you should stay away from Barry, Jill.
See, now you can see his heart-shaped
Two
glasses.
daughters will be in danger if he doesn't do everything I tell him to.
You are so
Sorry, as I
cruel.
gasped.
Well, you don't have to worry about anything, because you'll be...
This can actually be a tight room. We have to exploit a key that's sitting on the floor for the lab that Tyrant gets sort of caught on. So we're positioning ourselves just behind the key, in between the tank where he pops out, and we have to get 3 shots off. We can't really drop any shots because he'll swipe at us. It's a very risky room to quick shot.
Having stars nosing
Definitely
around.
lost a few runs
So
here getting cocky.
inconvenient. So you're a slave of Umbrella now, along with these
Feels
virus
bad, man.
monsters.
Going this far into the run and then getting cocky.
To me,
That's
the
it.
monsters you mentioned mean nothing.
Very
I'm going
easy to
burn
aim
all of them
downward and
together
hit the floor,
with
miss
this
a shot.
entire laboratory. I must complete my mission as ordered by
We've got a
Umbrella.
tricky
Barry,
trigger
on the ground
to
and
release
wait
the lock on the door.
Barry,
Easy to click Wesker's body, easy to click the tank.
Barry's such a fool.
Yep.
He'll be under the
I've definitely clicked Wesker's body before.
Yep.
how come
You're
both
just in a
Umbrella
tight little
and
square
you
footage in the
incriminate
room.
him by taking his family as hostages.
Umbrella?
Doesn't he only... Yeah, but he only takes 3 shots, right? The ultimate life form only takes 3 nades, right?
I just used
Absolutely.
him for my personal purposes. Though both
That always
you and
cracks me
Barry
up.
seem to think I
He's the
was
most powerful
following
thing
orders
ever,
from
but he
Umbrella.
died from 3 rounds.
So you're planning something else?
With Chris, you literally use a handgun.
Developing the world's most powerful biological weapon. What
Pathetic.
would you do?
You're right, Pazuzu. There's also that tricky zombie, just as you're about to talk to Barry. It's really not the zombie, it's the wall sticking out that you can easily get stuck on.
I wouldn't give up such a big discovery.
I've lost a no damage run from that last zombie. Imagine being so close to the end and
Oof.
losing it.
Value.
Oof.
So, you're going to
Feels
skip all
unfortunate,
the
man.
research?
You just never look at the game or that wall the same
I'm
again.
going to show you the tyrant.
For real though.
Yeah, the Tyrant and Survivor is pretty tough, actually.
Tyrant virus is a super virus, which creates a monster which is much stronger than human beings. Tyrant is the most powerful.
So both of them are getting
weapon
a
in the world.
lecture right now from Wesker talking about how
You're experimenting on
this big old guy in the tube is the greatest thing ever, is going to save the world, save your kids, children, and blah, 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 but then you just kill him, so.
Also, if you close your
Wow.
eyes and just listen to the ambience in the room, it sounds like you're next to a fax machine or a
All
printer.
weak people exist to
Doesn't sound like a lab.
Yeah,
I'm closing my eyes now.
like you're underwater.
An underwater office.
Yeah, an underwater office.
Underwater fax machine. Yep. Mhm.
It's
I hear it now.
goddamn Atlantis, dude.
I've spent too much time playing this game.
Yeah, I mean, if you're getting to the point where you're just closing your eyes,
Yeah.
that's pretty bad.
Praying that this room goes well. And then I'm like, oh, it sounds like an underwater office.
Don't come
Thanks
this
again,
way.
everybody in the chat, for hanging out with us. Really appreciate you guys being here.
And this is just the first race of the day.
Yes. Man, look at that butt.
Woo!
Hey yo.
can't control what it does.
And Straw going for the quick shots there. Oh, look at
Yep.
that.
Oh, he's having a. He's,
Yep.
he's doing exactly what you said.
It's
Touching
such,
Wesker.
it's such a small area within the room where there's so many clickable things. But Straw's out of there. No damage, 3 quick shots. Just a little bit of Bezej picking up that key, but he recovered and he's out of there.
Yep. And Brian doesn't get the Bezej and picks up the key immediately, so that's gonna save him a little bit of time there.
Ay, Dios mío. Sorry, there was a request for Spanish in the chat, everyone.
Let's
Oh.
go.
Yeah.
Te calmas o te calmo.
I was gonna say that's why you're here. You're the Espanol.
Yeah.
Jill,
Sup en español.
Barry?
ResiRunz.
I'm really embarrassed to see you now. Just leave me. Go quickly.
It's over.
See, that's all I got.
Wesker's dead.
All right.
To start, Jared.
Is that so?
Gracias.
Jill, will you do me a favor?
ResiRunz en español.
This is my last
Bienvenidos
Exactly.
a todos.
wish.
Exactly, Dan. Straight through the Spanish announce table.
This photo to my family.
So there's not a whole lot left of this run. Both guys just need to go up the ladder,
Give
trigger another cutscene. I know, surprise, right?
And light the flare.
And then set up the flare. Yep, and that's it.
Unless Straw's use of the battery goes terribly wrong, he might have this one.
Yeah, but mad respect for Brian
For real, though.
for picking this up yesterday and still being neck and neck with Straw here.
Absolutely. He's running better than me after one day.
Same. He's running better than I did after one day as well.
Same. Definitely running better than me.
Wesker's dead.
Wesker.
Wesker's dead.
Now let's wait 30 minutes for Brad to land that chopper. Everything's just takes so much longer in this game than...
I know, dude. Like, move your ass, Brad.
You see me standing here, don't you?
Right. Gee, I wonder who set off that flare.
What's amazing is when you have to fight Final Tyrant up here, how long you have to wait for that rocket launcher.
Probably because he was, like, smoking some reefer up in that copter, dude.
Who knows? Smoking it out. Avenge, welcome to ResiRunz. Thanks for hanging out with us.
Yeah, thanks for all the GGs in the chat, guys. Both runners
GGs in the
are
chat.
absolutely incredible. Make sure you guys go and follow them, show them some love.
So we'll bring in the two racers in just a moment here once we get their IGT screen. But first we have to wait 30 minutes for that chopper to land.
Yeah.
We're almost at the ground.
I like hearing the on the credits screen. It sounds like a dinosaur roaring. Listen.
What a good song though, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty good. It's definitely one of the better ones in the series.
Say what you want about this game. It's got a great atmosphere.
So Brian's got a 39:53. Hell of a time for first time running the game. Hell of
For
a time.
real though.
And
All right.
Straw with the 39:16. Okay,
Should we bring him in?
bring him in.
Let's do it.
Welcome back, fellas. How are we feeling? Straw, how you feeling?
Bro, I feel like dog shit. That's what I feel like. I feel like I probably just fucked around and got my ass kicked. That's what I feel like.
What happened? Tell
God
us. Why are you feeling
damn.
like that? What happened?
Shit. Dude, just kept all right, so I switched my run button, right? And I'm telling you right now, bro, I have never been more confused trying to run in my entire existence, bro. And then it kept having me so distracted the whole time. I cannot tell you how many times I ran the wrong goddamn way. I'm like, oh my god. So, but we got to the end. We didn't get y'all name. So yeah.
Brian,
you didn't
Snake, how you feeling?
Yeah, for the short time I've put into this, I don't think this was bad. So yeah, for me, I missed a couple of dodges at the end. Ron Jeremy, for example. That's why I took the herb there, because I knew I was gonna probably miss that dodge. So
Yeah. Well, you would be surprised at how close it was.
For real though.
It was
Absolutely.
it was never more than 1 or 2 rooms. But we have to crown a winner. And the winner is Straw Hat XX420. You're the winner, sir. GG's.
God
sir.
damn. Dude. I told you I was about to get my ass whooped though. About it being close. I knew fucking Brian would hop. How close was it then? Because I
I was going to say I wish the IGT would stay up, but in this game I think it goes away after a few
I had a 39:53.
I had a 39:16.
Nice.
Yep, 40 seconds in between. And literally, I'm not exaggerating when I say that it was probably no more than maybe 2 rooms apart the whole race. Everyone was cheering you both on. What a great showing. Mike, do you have anything to add?
Yeah. First of all, congratulations to both of you guys. You guys both did a good job, and GG's to Straw for winning the race. But I also wanted to say that mad respect for Brian here to pick up the run yesterday and to still get the time that he got, man. Sub 40 on day 2 is massive. That's huge, man. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
And I think
GG,
me
bro.
and everybody else in chat want to know if you're going to start running RE1 now.
No.
We were making bets. We're like, this is going to be Snake's new favorite game.
Yeah.
See, do you have anything to add about the race?
A lot of the same things. GG's to both of you. It's been fun. I mentioned earlier how I'm pretty sure both of you know that I haven't run this game, but I appreciate the community, everybody being in chat. So this might be the next game for me to try out. But GG's to both of you.
See,
Yeah.
there we go.
Appreciate you.
That's what we
appreciate
like
you.
to hear.
Thank you, madam.
Absolutely. Yeah, special thanks, C, for jumping in and doing commentary with us. I know it's maybe a little vulnerable not running the game, but you did such a great job on commentary. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, it was great. It was great to have her here.
But this isn't the only race today. We got a jam-packed day of ResiRunz. Mike, what's happening next?
Well, the next race is going to be between myself and Scragglebum in Resident Evil 3. So,
Oof.
yeah, I know. Having to get that game twice in a row, I swear to God, dude.
Oof.
So unlucky.
I'm definitely excited for it.
Gladly.
I would have traded too, Brian. I'd have been like, fuck it.
Okay.
But
Oh yeah. Anyway, GG's to Straw for the win, and yeah.
Yeah,
On to the
absolutely.
next
GG's to
race.
both, Straw. GG's on getting to round 3, one step closer to 40 gifted subs. You excited?
Dang.
Definitely.
All right. Well, we're going to get ready for the next race here. Stick around. We'll play a little bit of music, chill out, get a snack, and then we got Mike Schwicks versus Scragglebum running RE3.
Hey.
yep, use the bathroom, people. Don't hold it in.
That's right.
Ladder check.
It's a healthy thing. All right, we'll talk to you guys soon.